Welcome back to my channel, or to my channel if you are new here. I thought we could kind of spend the weekend together and just hang out. I kind of miss watching YouTubers do weekend reading vlogs, but I used to love those videos so much. So we're gonna spend the evening together tonight and then all the way through to Sunday. It is currently August 7th and it is 6:25 p.m. I'm on page 16 of the Grown Up and I am enjoying it so far. I'm a little confused as to what's happening and where the story's gonna go. It is so short, but I wanted to get it done to take back to the library, and I think that's what I'm gonna try to prioritize a little bit more this weekend. I do have the New Life that I'm reading for my reading the Rainbow Challenge, so I do also want to get this done, but that's going to be in a separate video. However, I do have a couple books that I want to get done to take back to the library. So I'm also in the middle of The Madness, and that book is, it's something. I was listening to the audiobook while I was on the treadmill earlier, and I think almost at the 40% mark. I still just don't know how I feel about this book, but I don't want to like put it down. I want to know what's happening, but it is just dragging so much more than it should at this page length. I'm at the 38% mark right now, so I really just want to finish this. So here's hoping that I can do that this weekend as well. I'm not too worried about having to take this back to the library. I have to go back because I have The Summer Hikaru Died volumes 2 and 3, and I finished those, but they're due back at the library and they keep sending me emails saying that it can't renew, so I gotta take this back immediately. But also I have so many other books out from the library that I need to get to, and I just haven't prioritized them because I've been doing physical TBR challenges, which is fun, and I'm really glad that I'm getting through those. But I also want to read library books and read new books and books I don't have access to at all points in times. I think that's why I have such a hard time prioritizing my TBR, because I'll go to the library and I'll read those books and they have to be due back. And so like obviously you're prioritizing those a little bit more than you are the books that you own. And so I'm at the point where I need to stop messing around and read the books that I own and get less books from the library. It'll never happen. But I have a couple other books that I'll have to take back, but I do also have a couple other shorter books that I wouldn't mind getting to. I say this, but like all these books together are still like a good length, you know? I have Atomic Noodle. This I really want to get to. I don't know nothing about it, but I know it's a sci-fi. It says it's a cozy near future novella about a crew of leftover robots opening their very own noodle shop. That's so cute. So I will probably end up getting to this. I'm not a huge fan of cozy books in general. The closest that I've gotten is more cozy mysteries, but that's also the primary genre that I read as mystery, so I don't know. And then I have volumes 1 and 2 of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. My brother actually got this so my sister would read it, but I have them in my room and I've thought about reading them. I started this on, I think it's Webtoon, and I was enjoying it. I don't know why I didn't read anymore, but I don't really read digitally a lot anyways, so having these physically would probably push me to read them a little bit more. So I've been thinking about picking those up. And then I have this book, which I've never heard anybody talk about. It's a newer book. It says on the spine it came out in May, but it's called And Side by Side They Wonder. And it just says it's an intergalactic art heist by a ragtag group of underqualified misfits. What could go wrong? And once again, heist books, hit or miss for me, but it's short, and if I don't like it, I don't like it. It's also another sci-fi. I don't know what I was thinking when I went to the library and I was like, let me pick up some sci-fi. I don't even read that much. But then I have a horror. This is Ein Hollow. I see a lot of people talk about this, so it feels like a good book to pick up. I don't know much about it, but that's typically how all of the books go that I read. So it looks like we're following our main character, Agnes, who is sent to this place with her husband and has 4 kids, and then this stranger one day comes and rents a place on this island. For some reason I feel like I remember this being inspired by Frankenstein. It does say that the acknowledgements, the first line says that it goes to Mary Shelley, so I'm gonna say yes. I've never read Frankenstein, okay, and I just saw something about a Victor in here, so I feel like there's some influence. I'll have to look deeper into that. And then I also have People from My Neighborhood. This is a book I've been wanting to read for a little bit, so hopefully I'll pick this up as well. This is more literary fiction, but it does look fairly short. Like, look at the spacing on that. Superb margins, so I could definitely see myself picking this up and reading this fairly quickly as well. And that's where we're at. So I have a lot of shorter books to pick up if I want to. I'm just not sure how many I'll get to, but the world is my oyster. So this weekend we're gonna read and hang out, and I have nothing else going on as per usual, honestly. So I have a little bit more filming to do, and then after that I will probably just end up reading. I don't have much else that I need to do today. My dog's moving my tripod. I got my workout out of the way, and that was honestly so dreadful. I don't know why, but I was struggling today. So I got that out of the way. Like I said, I don't have much else to do. I don't have any videos. Actually, I do have a couple videos that I should edit. So we'll see. My TikTok, for some reason, has not been doing great. My videos are getting like 0 views, and I have no idea why. I've tried to fix it a couple different ways, and it's just not working for me. So I don't understand, but I'll probably end up editing a couple of videos for TikTok, and besides that, it's reading. It's reading, baby. I'm in such like a good reading mood right now too. So yeah, we need to get some reading done for sure.
You say you need your space, then pull me close. I read your silence, louder than most. One day you're warm, the next day you're cold. Got me second guessing what I already know. I give you love, but you ration yours. But you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. Just to close the door. I stay up late trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind.
It is a little bit later. Do I know what time it is? No, but I can find out. It is 11:41 right now. I finished The Grown Up earlier. I didn't particularly love this. I just think that it was kind of middle of the road. There was nothing that I particularly loved about it or hated, I guess. I think my main complaint about this whole book is that the whole time I was reading the main character completely wrong. And I think the reason why is because this is so short, because I genuinely didn't know the main character enough to realize what her actions were going to be, and that really threw me off when the ending came around. Genuinely, I think going into this book knowing nothing about it is going to really help you in the long run. I did that, and I think that it did make it more enjoyable for me. This book is about our main character, who is a psychic, and this woman comes in one day and she is kind of in distress. She's complaining about her life and wanting the psychic's help. So our main character decides to go to this woman's house to kind of cleanse it, and then everything kind of falls from there. It didn't take me long to read at all, but definitely not something that I was necessarily in love with, and it is what it is. I am going to move on from that though and pick up something else. I'm just not really in the mood to read any of these right now, which is unfortunate now, isn't it? So I'm not really sure what I want to do. I could be persuaded to pick up Ein Hollow, but something about it taking place in 1797 is really throwing me off, because I'm afraid that it's just gonna be very like historical speaking. So yeah, I'm not really sure. That's part of the reason why I haven't updated you in a minute. So I don't know, maybe I will pick up something, try it, see how I feel about it, go from there. Maybe I'll pick up People from My Neighborhood. This seems fairly short, and the chapters are also short, so I can kind of pick it up, read a couple, and then put it down and read something else if I want to. So I think I might do that and go from there. I don't remember what I updated you on last, but it's been a little hectic in my house. There's something wrong with my dog, and so I've basically just been hanging out with her all day. But it's currently 7:43 p.m. and I am on page 43 of People from My Neighborhood. I'm enjoying this enough. It's nothing extraordinary. We're just following these little short stories from our narrator, who is unnamed, and these people from her neighborhood. There's a little bit of a kind of fantastical element to these stories, which is really interesting. I am kind of liking that. Overall, it's just okay. I think I'm gonna do about an hour reading sprint and see how far I can get into it. I've been really distracted today, obviously. I'm gonna just see how far I can read in this. The hope is to finish this today and move on to another book. I don't know now if I'm gonna be able to go to the library because the plan was to go today and tomorrow Sunday, so they'll be closed. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this within an hour because I am such a slow reader. I think most readers would probably be able to, but I do think I can make it to at least like 100 pages in. So that would be nice because then I can kind of wrap it up in another like hour or so. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk to you about. So I'm gonna do that and I will talk to you later.
I change all the time, change all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. You hit me up when the nights get slow, but then disappear when the highs get low.
I look rough right now. It is currently 11:03. I just dropped a puzzle piece. Just got up about an hour ago, but I had to get up because my parents went to work and I didn't want to leave my dog by herself. So I'm up. A little update on her. She's doing a little bit better, but I don't want to leave her alone for too long. And just in case anything does happen, I want to be kind of close by. But I ended up getting up this morning and I've been sitting in here so far and just kind of chilling. I started automatic noodle last night. I keep wanting to call it atomic noodle. I don't know why, but I started this kind of on the fence of like how to even talk about this book. So we're following 4 different robots who wake up and they have been shut down. So they all kind of have like their separate backstories and they've all ended up working in this restaurant that serves kind of a variety of foods, and then they get shut down, and when they come back to the restaurant's closed and they're trying to figure out what to do, and so they decide to open up a noodle restaurant. And it is such like a fun book. There's nothing inherently wrong with this book at all. I think the writing's fine. I think that the story is fine. I think that the characters are well developed enough where you understand them, especially it being such a short book. And you're also getting so much of like the politics around the world at this point. I think it takes place in like 2060 something. So it takes place in January of 2064, at least when they wake up. And it is just like a fun book. Here comes like my problem, because I don't know if I'm just not a kind of cozy. I just realized that the entire time I've been filming, my glasses have been reflecting. I'm wondering if it's more so me, because I just don't think that I'm necessarily like a cozy sci-fi person, or really like anything along those lines. Like there's nothing about these types of books that I necessarily love. I am thinking of like when I read Murder by Memory, I felt kind of the same way. Like it's a fun book. There's nothing that I would say is wrong with it. It's just not my taste. And I think I'm slowly learning that. There's also something about this book that feels kind of metaphorical, and I'm not really sure, I can't really put my fingers on what. These robots definitely feel like they represent a certain class of people. For example, a lot of the problems that arise in this book are due to discrimination against these robots for one reason or another. For example, when they open their shop, they start getting bad reviews and people are like, don't pay robots, there's no humans that are benefiting from this business, yada yada yada. And so I think a lot of this book is talking about discrimination and what that means, and it's just showing it through this kind of lens, if that makes sense. I still don't feel like it's really anything that I'm particularly loving, and it is what it is. I am currently 72% through, so I am definitely gonna finish this soon. I'm gonna sit here and work on this puzzle that, I'm not gonna lie, we've been working on for like 4 months. But I want to finish this one so that I can take it to the library and trade it out for another one, because our library has like the puzzle thingy where you can do that. So I want to do that, but I want to finish it first, obviously. So I'm going to work on the puzzle and sit here and listen to the audiobook for this. At some point, once I finish that, I have the New Life that I can listen to on audiobook. I also have the Madness. I didn't bring that one in here. And then I have in Side by Side They Wonder, which I don't have on audiobook, so I'd have to physically read it, but I brought it in here just because it was like, maybe. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what all I'm doing right now, but I still feel so sleepy. I didn't go to bed until like 5 a.m. My sleep schedule is absolutely wrecked, and I now have to figure that out. I've been trying to figure it out, and I need sleep, and I can't go to bed if I'm not tired, and it's an endless cycle of trying to figure it out. But I will have to eventually anyways, because I go back to school in a couple weeks, and if I don't figure it out by then I'm genuinely going to be screwed. So we shall figure that out. But I'm going to work on this puzzle and watch my dog and read my book and overstimulate my brain so much that it's not thinking about anything else. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Tell me what it is, cause I'm way too grown to be messing with a love like this. I give you love, but you're rushing yours. You open up just to close the door. You stay closing doors. I stay up late trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind, but your love got rules that change all the time. Changing all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Why you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in?
I was editing this video last night and I realized I never updated you. So I ended up finishing Automatic Noodle. Also on the puzzle, literally I was just moving pieces around. I don't know what I was doing. And also I maybe put like 3 pieces down. So there's that. But I did finish this. I still feel the same about it. There was nothing that I thought was wrong with it, and yet I didn't like it. And everything that I've already said is pretty much my exact thoughts still after finishing the book. Maybe it's the sci-fi, maybe it's the cozy vibes of it. Like, yes, there's stakes, but it's not necessarily something that you're, as a reader, caring about enough to really like get into the story. I don't know. I have no idea. Regardless, I did finish 3 shorter books this weekend. So I read The Grown Up. This was just okay. I read People from My Neighborhood, probably my favorite. Definitely my favorite. And then I read Automatic Noodle, which was kind of a dud as well. So if I'm ranking these, I think it would be from top to bottom this way. So People from My Neighborhood was definitely the most fun for me to read. Genuinely, what is happening in this neighborhood? Somebody needs to let me know, because all of these stories are absolutely bonkers. There is nothing that makes me go, oh yeah, that makes sense. Every single one is just like insane. Overall, it was like an enjoyable read and something that I was like flying through because I was enjoying it so much. But it wasn't like there was anything in it that I felt was great. And then The Grown Up, once again, it was enjoyable. I was flipping through it pretty fast. However, I think maybe it's my fault that I didn't enjoy it, but also I just feel like I would have loved for it to be a little bit longer so that I got more of our main character, because I think more than anything I misread who she was. And then Automatic Noodle, it was just okay. It was just okay. I didn't hate it, but I absolutely did not love it. Unfortunately, that is what it is. But I finished 3 books and that's that. So thank you for spending the weekend with me, and thank you for watching if you made it this far, and I will catch you on the flip side.